Welcome to Duggar News 24, your daily source for the latest updates, headlines, and deep dives into the world of the Duggars. Subscribe and stay informed 24/7. Jill Duggar has many people on her mind this Father's Day, including her dad, Jim Bob Duggar. Happy Father's Day to my wonderful hubby at Direct Dillard, Jill, 34, wrote via Instagram on Sunday, June 15th, paying tribute to husband Direct Dillard. Illism, and I'm so proud of you, and I know your dad would be too. Watching you with our kids melts my heart and reminds me how blessed I am to get to do life with you by my side. Thanks for loving well and pointing us back to Jesus through all the ups and downs. Zoxo Jill shared several snaps of Direct 36 with their three sons Israel Samuel and Frederick, whom they welcomed in 2015, 2017, and 2022 respectively. She also uploaded a selfie of the couple who tied the knot in 2014, visiting the grave site of late daughter Isla. Jill revealed in April 2024 that she suffered a stillbirth. And happy Father's Day to my own dad at Duggar, who always made time for us kids and kept things exciting and adventurous growing up, including the family bike rides, work days at the car lot, meals of cold butter beans with ketchup and barbecue tuna fish sandwiches. She continued in her Sunday post. Jill also honored Derek's father, whom she shared she never met on this side of eternity. I get a little glimpse every day into the man you were just by being married to a wonderful son you helped raise. She concluded, "Thank you for teaching him to love Jesus, work hard, treat women with respect, be a man of integrity, and not be afraid to show compassion and care to others. I am forever grateful and look forward to catching up in person one day on the other side." Jill, who rose to fame with her family in TLC's 19 Kids and Counting, has been candid through the years about her ups and downs with her parents and siblings. After the series was canceled, Jill returned for the spin-off Counting On in 2017, but exited the show alongside Derek 2 years later. "We were ready to leave and felt strongly about leaving. There are definitely some issues there," Jill exclusively told US Weekly in 2021. "We definitely feel like we're in a healthy place now for our family and have control over our lives. Certain people are more supportive than others. I think it is and flows with a family of that size. Every family has drama, and so when you've got that many more people giving opinions or whatever, it can get crazy." Jill shared an update on her relationship with her parents in November 2024, telling a follower who asked that it was complicated. "I feel like we are in a rebuilding phase now with healthy boundaries still in place," she wrote via her Instagram story at the time. "We try to hang out whenever it works well, and we have the bandwidth to navigate." On Sunday, June 29th, the actor and wrestler shared a funny behind-the-scenes look on Instagram at a typical Sunday morning with his two girls, Jasmine, 9, and Tiana, 6. In the vid, The Rock, 53, appeared with makeup on his face with a black line drawn down the middle, while Tiana applied makeup, clearly invested with her father's makeover. 8:57 a.m. and my two little tornadoes beg me to let them have a makeup party on my head. 8:59 a.m. I agree to the torture. 9:04 a.m. they get into a huge fight over the kind of makeup they're going to give me, so they decide to split my face down the middle, and each one of them can do whatever they want to their side of daddy's face." He started off his caption in the video. It's clear the girls took their creative freedom seriously, resulting in a hilarious contrast of makeup on the actor's face. But the fun didn't end with the application. He soon realized the makeup was hard to get off and had a Zoom meeting shortly after. But in the end, when it's time to tuck him into bed and kiss him goodnight, you remember quick that they're only little once, and you do anything to make them laugh and smile, he said, reflecting on the importance of these little moments. Fans loved seeing the sweet interaction between the father and his daughters and quickly took to the comments. "Buena," one fan hilariously wrote, while another said, "What a good daddy." Another shared, "The things we do for our kids, especially girls, these are memories they will always remember." Father's Day is often a time of reflection and celebration, but for some, it can also bring up complex emotions. For Jill Duggar, one of the more publicly scrutinized members of the Duggar family, this year's Father's Day took on a new meaning as she chose to honor her father, Jim Bob Duggar, despite the years-long estrangement that had existed between them. This unexpected gesture of reconciliation has captured the attention of fans and critics alike, as it marks a significant moment in Jill's relationship with her father, a man who has been central to the Duggar family's public image and controversial history. The Duggar family's public image and internal struggles. The Duggar family, once known for their reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting, was a household name for many years. The family, led by Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, adhered to conservative Christian values and became synonymous with large families, homeschooling, and a strict moral code. Over the years, the Duggars were praised for their unwavering faith, devotion to family, and commitment to traditional gender roles. However, behind the scenes, the family faced numerous challenges that led to a shift in their public image. Most notably, the 2015 molestation scandal involving their eldest son, Josh Duggar, led to the cancellation of their original TV show and a significant tarnishing of the family's reputation. Despite the scandal, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar stood by Josh, which created tensions not only with the public, but also within the family. The aftermath of the scandal, coupled with other controversies over the years, led to a fracturing of relationships between Jim Bob and some of his children. Jill Duggar, who had previously been one of the most prominent children on the family's TV shows, found herself caught in the middle of these struggles. Over time, her relationship with her father and the Duggar family became more distant, particularly as Jill began to distance herself from the family's strict teachings and public persona. The estrangement between Jill and Jim Bob. Jill Duggar's relationship with her father, Jim Bob, has been a subject of much speculation over the years. While she was once portrayed as a devoted daughter who followed the family's values, Jill began to take more steps toward independence in the years following her marriage to Derek Dillard. Jill and Derek's decision to leave the family's reality TV show, Counting On, was one of the first signs that Jill was seeking a path away from her father's control and influence. This decision, along with their outspoken stance on various issues, created a rift between them and Jim Bob, who had always played a dominant role in the family's financial and public affairs. Jill and Derek's exit from the show was followed by even more significant moves that highlighted their desire for autonomy. They became more open about their disagreements with Jim Bob, particularly regarding issues of finances and control over their personal lives. In 2020, Jill revealed in an Instagram post that she and her husband had been kept out of certain financial matters, despite the fact that they were part of the family's public success. The estrangement between Jill and Jim Bob seemed to deepen as she began to speak out more about the difficulties she faced growing up in the Duggar family's public eye. Jill expressed feelings stifled by her father's strict rules and the limited freedom she was allowed within the family's conservative framework. As a result, she distanced herself from the family's larger circle, choosing to live more independently and focusing on her own small family with Derek and their children. However, despite these tensions, Jill has never fully severed ties with her father. While her relationship with Jim Bob was strained, Jill continued to maintain some form of communication with her family, especially her mother, Michelle, and some of her siblings. This sense of maintaining family bonds, even through periods of conflict, played a role in Jill's eventual decision to honor her father on Father's Day. Jill Duggar's Father's Day tribute to Jim Bob. The unexpected tribute to her father on Father's Day came as a surprise to many who have been following the Duggar family saga. Jill took to social media to post a heartfelt message for Jim Bob, marking a rare public acknowledgement of their relationship after years of tension and distance. In her post, Jill shared a photo of herself and her father along with a message expressing gratitude for Jim Bob's role in her life. She wrote about how much her father has meant to her and the lessons she has learned from him, acknowledging both the good and the difficult moments they have shared over the years. She also shared her love for him, recognizing that despite their differences, Jim Bob would always be her father and that relationship held great significance. Jill's message was a departure from the more guarded or critical comments she had made in the past. It marked a moment of healing and a willingness to bridge the gap between them. The post was well received by many of her followers who praised Jill for her vulnerability and for taking this step toward reconciliation with her father. For some, it was a hopeful sign that the Duggar family could heal and find a way to move forward even after years of public controversy and personal struggle. The significance of Jill's tribute. Jill Duggar's decision to honor her father on Father's Day holds great personal and symbolic significance. For Jill, the act of publicly recognizing her father represents a moment of emotional growth and the willingness to mend a fractured relationship. After years of publicly expressing dissatisfaction with her family's rigid control over her life, this tribute suggests that Jill is now open to the possibility of rebuilding her connection with her father, albeit on her own terms. Father's Day, typically a time for celebrating fathers, is often also a time for reflection on familial bonds, particularly for those who may have experienced hardship or estrangement. For Jill, this Father's Day tribute may signify a moment of healing where she acknowledges the complexities of her relationship with Jim Bob, but chooses to focus on the positive aspects of their connection. It's a reminder that family relationships, even those fraught with tension, are often multifaceted, and that reconciliation is a process that takes time, patience, and understanding. The tribute also reflects Jill's personal growth. Over the years, she has become more open about her experiences and her desire to lead a life that feels true to her. Her relationship with her father, once defined by strict adherence to his authority, is now characterized by a greater sense of autonomy and personal decision-making. Jill's willingness to honor her father, despite their past disagreements, speaks to her evolving sense of self and her recognition that while family dynamics can be difficult, they are still an essential part of her life story. Fans' reactions and the family's response. Fans of the Duggar family, particularly those who have followed Jill's journey, have been quick to comment on the emotional significance of her Father's Day post. Many praise Jill for her maturity in addressing the complexities of her family relationships, and some expressed hope that her gesture would lead to further healing within the Duggar family. Jill's decision to publicly reconcile with Jim Bob also sparked discussions among fans about the broader implications of family dynamics within the Duggar household. For many, the post was a sign that Jill's ongoing journey of self-discovery and independence was not about rejecting her family altogether, but about finding a balance between personal freedom and maintaining meaningful family ties. It was a message of healing and understanding, acknowledging that reconciliation, even in difficult circumstances, is possible. The Duggar family's reaction to Jill's tribute has not been fully revealed, but given the public nature of their family dynamics, it's likely that Jim, Bob, Michelle, and other family members appreciated the gesture. While the family's relationships have often been fraught with tension and public disputes, this Father's Day moment may signal a softening of hearts and a willingness to heal. Oh.